Oh! Hey guys, today we're going to Los Angeles, January 9th, 2017. So today, okay, so vlog PM, go to clean making videos of police chase. So today, I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. So, thank you. Let's watch now.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
We have breaking news right now. It's in Reseda. You were looking at live pictures of a pursuit of a very potentially dangerous human being here. The person behind the wheel of this car, by the virtue of what he's doing, very dangerous, and what he may have done, also very dangerous. Good evening. I'm Mark Brown.
I'm Michelle Tuzzi. This is Eyewitness News at 11, and we are following this breaking story. LAPD in pursuit of an attempted murder suspect. Police believe the man behind the wheel is Marcos Tulio Flores. He's wanted for shooting a woman who is believed to be his sister-in-law. The shooting happened yesterday in Van Nuys, and the woman is in critical condition. And they caught up with this suspect this evening. This pursuit taking place now for at least 15 minutes or so, and it looks now like it has gone onto a freeway.
He's on the freeway. We're going to try to get the location of this freeway. They were looking for a suspect in a four-door
I'm
Acura
chasing him
TL
for at least 15, 20 minutes or
This
so.
appears to be
And
that vehicle. The gray
he's an
license
erratic
plate
driver.
7ELH285. He's on the southbound 405 freeway now. As you can see, he's really flying, coming out of Reseda, heading southbound on the 405, which is going to put him, heading him through the Sepulveda Pass. Look at the speeds here. This has got to be the triple digits, weaving in and out of traffic, although there isn't much traffic to be seen here. Now there is. But just some real danger that he's putting people in at this point, Michelle.
Yes, we've seen a lot of lane changes, high speeds, and earlier, before we went on the air tonight, we saw him gesturing, just a lot of erratic moves being made right now. You can see it's very dangerous. He's going at a very high rate of speed here on the southbound 405 freeway in the San Fernando Valley. You can see at least one unit fairly close behind. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to stay close behind him, or if they might pull off in an effort to get him to slow down.
Very strange, yeah, very strange behavior. He was hitting the triple digits a second ago, and he's now gesturing as if he's firing a weapon or something. It's very unclear what he's doing here, but some very erratic, strange behavior by this individual now, slowing down. He was going about 100, maybe over 100 miles an hour, it appeared to us, on that freeway, and now he's slowing down, hitting the brakes. I caution you that this doesn't look good, the way he's behaving and what could be coming involving the police here. This is LAPD. They are right behind him there. Officers now out of the vehicle. You can be sure they have their guns drawn. I want to get the exact location of where this
Southbound
is.
405 freeway, just south of the 101 in the San Fernando Valley in the Van Nuys area.
Sticking his hands out, he's got, what is that? It looks like a can of, what is that? A can of some sort?
A container.
He's yelling at the police. You can be sure they're using their loudspeakers at this point to try to get him to pull over, stop the vehicle. You've got the sunroof is open, the window's open. He can definitely hear them. He's arguing with them. He's yelling things at them, and he is gesturing toward them. All of these are things that will make officers very, very nervous. As they pursue him and try to get him into custody, especially knowing or assuming what he is suspected of doing. They see one hand, they don't see the other. They see one hand's got some container in it, and he's, I guess, gripping the wheel with the other hand, but he's starting to move now. It went from 100 miles an hour to 0 to 15, 20 right now. It's very, very odd what's happening.
Apparently,
just
matches the description somewhat.
At least 10, 15 minutes or so. What's going on? This chase started around 15 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. Or at least I should say. And this chase was going on at least the past 10 or 15 minutes or so. They seen the driver gesturing. That's the late model Acura TL. Yeah, been going on for the last 10, 15 minutes or so.
You know what? Maybe he's using his
And
power steering.
using his power steering. Using his power steering.
Then it kind of drifted there. This is really a puzzle. We're trying to guess what's going on and just watch him do these things. That is just a replay. You wonder, JT, what's going through the officers' minds as they deal with this.
And is considered to be armed and dangerous and could very well have a gun in that car with him. Of course, we don't know that, but it's just they're going to take their time with this until
There goes shot. He shot out the window, and they put one round through his back window. So he put a gun out the window, shot into the pavement, and then around from one of the street, one of the officers behind him.
I'm
put
gonna
a
show
round
this.
off through
Rewind
that
this
back
to you
window.
again.
So he put a gun.
their time with this until armed and dangerous and could very.
That is a murder suspect. It's that guy. I don't know. This guy is an unknown suspect. I should say, at least. Let's listen now.
Well, have a gun in that car with him. Of course, we don't know that, but it's just they're going to take their time with this until
There goes shot. He just shot out the window, and they put one round through his back window. So he put a gun out the window, shot into the pavement, and then around from one of the street, one of the officers behind him put a round off through that back window. So they're getting awful close on this left-hand side for that. But yeah, he just, like I said, quickly put his arm out. You saw the round go off, strike the pavement right next to the car, and immediately fire was put on him from the cars behind going through his rear window.
All right, Tim Lynn, keeping an eye on that for us for sure. Again, the man that is in this car is 32-year-old Marcos Flores. He is a known gang member and wanted for attempted murder, shooting his sister-in-law in the chest, who is now listed in critical condition at a local hospital.
Incredible developments unfolding here on the Sepulveda Pass.
Occupied vehicles in the northbound lane. Well, that's another situation. You get a suspect with a gun running that's wanted for a possibly attempted murder, running towards other victims or other people, innocent people. That can be a use of force situation as well, and you can be assured that LAPD will probably take that opportunity to prevent something like that from happening.
Yeah, they would be within their rights at that point to use lethal force, correct? Because
I
if the public is in danger, even if he's not firing at them.
If you've got a suspect that's known to you and has a propensity of violence and is fleeing from that crime to an area that he could possibly hurt other people, that this would be the perfect situation to actually use that type of situation. You can see that black and white coming up behind them. That is the hybrid, that dual purpose. They've got that right rear door open. So it'll be interesting to see. Very dangerous here. They're getting this close, but there are other officers in that car, more than likely Metropolitan Division officers, probably with rifles trying to get up on that vehicle. But closing that distance, very close, very dangerous situations can turn out, and someone could get extremely fatally injured by shots fired, and that's why they're so close.
Well, this is a very tense thing. This is a pursuit that is frankly scary for us to watch, and I'm sure scary for everybody involved. People in the oncoming traffic may have no idea about what is unfolding just a few feet away from them. But man, it is really kind of a scary situation as we deal with this, and watching him gesturing out the window more and more just in the last 5 minutes or so. He's really been doing it a lot more.
And it's been going on for at least the last 5 minutes or so, 5 or 10 minutes or so, and
indicative, I should say,
or probably about 5 minutes or so, or maybe 10 minutes or so.
With that, the flame lighting up would be a perfect indicator of why he's acting the way he is, and just getting that sense of bravery and stupidity, if you will, and just trying to prolong this as long as he possibly can, and we can only hope that no one is hurt.
Right. Well, we are hearing now that a request has been made for the CHP to close the 405 north, just north of Wilshire, trying to keep the public out of harm's way here. But right now, that is not the case. He's very.
And right now, that is not a case. I believe it's Marcos Tulio Flores. He is a known gang member. Yeah, that's a suspect.
Essentially armor here.
With this
Probably
slow
could have been
speed of
that
traffic
has been going on, but
for the next few minutes,
at least
this has been
after
going
that shot
on.
fired, at least
At
20,
least
30 minutes now. So
shots
the sure
fired
turret.
at least 20, 30
When they
minutes.
get those vehicles in
And
and
it's been going
lock
on
that
for about at
suspect
least
in, and then get
past
them, they have turrets,
20
turrets
minutes
in
or
that
so
where they
since
can
the
let the
police
turret pop out of the top,
started
shoot
this
him
chase.
out of rifle
And
on him and stop
yeah,
motion
let's listen now.
by blocking him. And we've seen that
now
in
He's
doors.
out.
Oh my
He's out.
goodness.
No, he's not out. Wow. Whew. That was a big shot of adrenaline for us here.
Yeah.
We're watching it on TV. These folks are living it down there at on the ground, and you can bet a lot of hearts started pumping a whole lot faster, really quickly. And they've got to fall back on their training. They've got to think rationally and continue to think during that situation as opposed to just reacting. So it's a really tough situation and a very tense one for everybody in those black and whites and unmarked vehicles that are pursuing this person.
You have a supervisor in this pursuit who is the incident commander on scene of the pursuit, and they're always doing what's called the balance test. And on this type of a pursuit, you can pretty much, the balance test is heavily in the favor of the need to apprehend the suspect against weighing the needs and the safety of the public. That's always being weighed in pursuits. We talk about it all the time. In this situation, it is heavily favored in protecting the citizens and getting him into custody no matter what it takes.
Hopefully it won't take any more violence. Hopefully, we've seen so many of these, haven't we, Michelle, where they're behaving erratically, they're driving crazy, they're running into things, and then all of a sudden they just stop and give up. And, we can always hope that happens here.
It's really scary that he keeps creeping along in the carpool lane. He's just so close to the motorists on the other side, on the northbound side. He is on the southbound side. This is on the 405 freeway. And CHP is apparently going to try to stop traffic to keep more motorists out of harm's way. Coming to a stop again.
Try to keep the suspect contained, just keep their distance, and just let him come down, and everything will usually de-escalate. So that'll be interesting to see if that happens in this situation.
Now he's got both of his arms out the window, perhaps in an effort, well, not necessarily, I was going to say, to show them he doesn't have a gun. But then the one arm went back inside, so the left arm went back inside. And
How does he get?
can they even hear what he's saying?
Yeah,
I mean, with the helicopter noise and
fully facing rear.
More than likely, Michelle, they can't hear.
Yeah.
With all that freeway traffic noise, at least 4 or 5 helicopters overhead, it's very reasonable to believe that they cannot hear what he's saying.
But here, okay, this could be very dangerous. If he gets out and tries to make a run for it, this could end badly. We're watching. The door's open. The sunroof is open. You can bet that this entire time, or much of this entire time, somebody's been on a loudspeaker telling him to give up. They're probably tired of saying it, but
he's doing it with the sunroof.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is just crazy.
Another danger, too, guys, that we've seen happen these things is suspects decide to get out or make it over that center median and get struck by a car going at this highway speeds there on the northbound side. So that can be something that
in his hand. He had something in his hand. He dropped it. It's now underneath or in front of the rear wheel. Is he going to try to get it back? Is he trying to retrieve?
What? Wow.
So in order to retrieve it, it looks like he's got to get out.
Or get out.
What
is that?
Yeah, that's strange. This is just, you wonder what that was.
It looks silver in color. It's very hard to tell. And that could be, he reaches, and officers identify that as the weapon. He reaches down and gets that. That could be a shoot scenario.
Yeah, this is very scary, what's going on right now.
So many scenarios that it could be, or it should be, or it couldn't be, and that's what these officers do on a daily basis.
Oh, okay, we're seeing a maneuver now by that Suburban with the sharpshooter, and now the speed has picked up dramatically.
Well, you can tell the car's not just, there he goes.
Not drive, wow.
Oh boy, it's
now he is facing them. Oh my goodness.
Wow. And they're going to ram him again. They're going to ram him again. Here they go. Here they go.
Lost control of the vehicle.
Wow, this is insane. Okay, so this is a very dramatic development here.
Southbound
Two police Suburbans with sharpshooters.
She's been going on for the past 20-25 minutes or so. Going on at least 30 minutes or so.
Continues. You can see they're pulling up again. Now you can see that armed officer, as JT described it, in a turret, sticking out from the roof of that Suburban with a gun trained on that suspect, pulling up very closely now, and again doing a pit.
Never seen a pit with a Metro vehicle. That is crazy. All right, here we go. Let's see if they can bring him in peacefully.
Let's bring it in. Let's see if we can bring him in
Avoid a crossfire
and
situation here. He's got
pursue
both hands.
peacefully.
Look, it appears he's got both hands sticking out of that driver's
Got his
side
both
door
hands.
window.
Got his both hands up,
He knows he's
off that window. He had his hands off. Both hands are up. Both hands are up. Both hands are both hands are up. Both hands are off. Up.
wow.
Both hands are
Officers did a
up.
great job of surrounding
And they
him.
did a great
There
job
goes the
surrounding
canine.
him. There goes the canine. That dog is taking him down.
Not taking any chances, deploying that canine to make sure he's got no access to get a weapon out of his waistband. They don't want to take any chances with this. They will deploy that dog. Go get him.
Looks like the tire has rims. He lost the tire, I think. Yeah.
405 freeway, the northbound side, and I don't know how else to describe it. It's extremely dramatic.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never
amazing.
seen anything like this.
And it ended with no one getting shot. And it ended with the suspect's will have been injured by that canine dog. Make no mistake.
He's been
The
injured
dog,
by
is trained
that
to
canine
bite and
dog.
hold, and the human response to that is to try to get away from that. And so I'm sure he's got some pretty deep lacerations wherever the dog bit him. In fact, it looks like it got him on his left arm from what I can
Deep
see.
lacerations.
But he is alive.
Deep
The pursuing
lacerations
officers,
of
have
the dog
managed to get him
bit
into custody.
him.
It
He had
looks like he's
his
still
hands
struggling
up.
somewhat.
He had his
So they're gonna
hands
take him
up
in. You see all these Metro officers. These are the
off
ones
that
with
window,
those,
driver's side
helmets
window,
on,
and
tactical gear.
he's
They
going into
have,
custody
got him,
or
and,
so,
they
I
have
think.
got
Yeah,
this
yeah.
person in
Next
custody.
minute or two. Yeah, I think he's
Although
going
it looks
into
like they
custody.
might have to, shackle
That
his
pursuit
feet as well.
ended
He's
in Los
still
Angeles
struggling with them, even
around
now.
10-15 minutes ago.
Now they've got him on his,
Around 10-20 minutes
he's up
ago.
on his feet. Look at his left arm. His left arm is bleeding. He is handcuffed. He appears to be in some pain based on his body language, but he is going to be going to jail. This did not end in a shooting, and so he is now in custody. It's hard to tell if this is in fact the individual they've been looking for, but they certainly treated this as though this was the guy they've been looking for, wanted for attempted murder, and who may have who fired his weapon at least twice during the course of this pursuit.
Yeah, Mark and Michelle, I want to mention that this is a first. During these pursuits, I have yet to see any vehicle with an officer in the hats conduct a pit maneuver. So this is a first, a very interesting situation, but these are definitely tactics and policies that are not that are discouraged for officer safety. But in certain situations like this, when exigent circumstances exist, they have the ability to really wander from that for the overall safety of officers and the public. And you saw that. That had been quite the ride for both those officers up in the hats of those Suburbans and getting a front row view of that pit from up high. And at least 3 or 4 hits that we saw that they endured. But just amazing driving skills by the officers. Patience and a plan came together, and this all ended safely without any officers or citizens getting hurt.
Okay, let's
Well,
listen
they did a great job, and
let's listen now.
they're real heroes for putting themselves in danger like that to bring this to an end and to keep the public safe from this very dangerous individual who shot twice out of his vehicle, who could have killed someone by driving erratically at extremely high speeds on surface streets in the valley and then on the freeways. He put so many people's lives in danger, and officers then put their lives in extreme danger to bring this to an end. And this thankfully come to an end. on the 405 freeway with what we believe no innocent people being injured. The suspect has been injured. He will likely be taken to a hospital for treatment and then booked for, at the very least, attempted murder tonight and perhaps for attempted murder on a woman who was shot yesterday in Van Nuys.
Yeah, it's at least assault with a deadly weapon, firing that gunshot. It looked like he was aiming at the pavement, but we don't know, and police may have more information than we certainly have at this point. But you were looking here at the 405 freeway, southbound. The nightmare portion of this for anyone driving on the 405 is far from over, as you can see. You can bet. We've been looking at how they've been stopping traffic on the northbound lanes. Now it's on the west side of LA. It appears to be close to Sunset. But the southbound lanes, this has been going on at slow speed for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so people have been stuck in that traffic for a long, long time. We're talking miles behind the front end of this thing. And so the traffic nightmare from this is going to persist. But the good news is that nobody was badly injured. The suspect is in custody. No further shots were fired. No vehicles were damaged other than his. That this thing is coming to an end. You see the LAPD now out in force there and vehicles coming in to take this person into custody. And we will have more coverage of this tomorrow morning on Eyewitness News at 4:30 and throughout the day.
Yes, we will be learning much more throughout the night as the story continues to develop, and so be sure to keep it here on abc7.com for the latest information, and then again on Eyewitness News beginning at 4:30 a.m. Michelle Tuzzi here with Mark Brown. We thank you for joining us.
Good night.
This is Eyewitness.
Alright, thanks for watching. Check out this video pops up here. That one, right here. Yeah, that one. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye guys.